if you're not in agreement with a candidate's campaign values,
then vote for somebody else.
Vote for somebody else. And why do we have to do all this?
Well, look, and this is what we used to do, Lee. Right. We used to promote our candidates and what they stand for in their policies and platforms. We didn't have to go do these smear campaigns with manipulated or false information. I mean,
lies.
Right. That's it.
Bringing up the fact about false information, and I know you touched on doing the interview with the gentleman that was running for county commissioner, and then it later came out that he was.
Well, he was thinking about it, and he never.
He used to come to the Republican meetings. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So y'all didn't kick him out. I mean, what do you do?
He's a Republican. He has the right to be there. But as far as there was another one. I'll just put his name out there, Gerald Jackson, and that you've been accused of working with.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Gerald's a blogger, and I was a blogger. Gerald and I had a Christmas Eve live stream together. That was the one and only live stream we really had. Right. We went to a Jazz in the City event. I had an event prior to that, and so we kind of just had a weekend night of collaborating on, hey, let's go to your event, let's go to my event. And then so following that, there was a fallout or whatever between us. And then that led into...
Is that before or after you went to prison?
That was before.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was 2018-ish. That was what led into the whole cyber stalking.
Before you even ran for...
Right. Before I ever ran for Board of Education, had not thought about running for Board of Education. Running for anybody's office was not even a thought in my brain. But I did see the fact that, look, this is a young man that has had some troubles. He's already talked about his own record with the bomb threats and all that stuff. He's the same age as my oldest child, first of all. So for me, it's like the big sister mommy instincts kicked in where it's like, all these people say this guy is like this really bad person, but I saw so much potential in him. I can see potential in anything, like even a squirrel. And not to say
rattlesnakes.
Right. I mean, my son can see potential in rattlesnakes, by the way. He says they're misguided and misunderstood creatures and that they are God's creatures and they deserve to live. I raised him, but I disagree with him on that. But back to this story, back to this situation, I was like, you know what? He just needs some love and support. And I think, with the right people, he can, be something great. Wishful thinking. I don't know. Maybe I do have rose-colored lens, Lee. But that's just who I am. It's like, okay, well, maybe with the right love and support. Nope, that wasn't the case. But since then, he and I have spoken. We've had the moment of forgiveness and reconcile. I have no bad blood with the guy on my end. Personally, I mean, we're cool. I've even seen him in traffic and he'll pull up beside me and wave and, or we'll speak or whatever. And done is done. That's life. That's forgiveness to me. I mean, we talk about being Christian conservatives, but you want to hold grudges and hate people. I think that's ignorant.
Okay. Let's take a break. You're live in Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll have time for one call. If you'd like to talk with Melissa Oakley, feel free to do so. 910-333-0139. She's running for re-election to the Onslow County Board of Education. We'll be right back.
WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lincoln Associates Family Dentistry.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
I am Paul Buchanan, running for re-election as an Onslow County Commissioner. No false promises, just a firm commitment to serve the citizens of this county to the best of my ability. As a county, we face many challenges ahead. Navigating through those challenges requires seasoned, dedicated leadership. Your voice is an important part of the government of this county. I will continue to make sure your voice is heard. I will continue to do my very best to serve all the citizens of Onslow County. My goal is to provide the maximum support, vital services in this county possible. With the realities of the resources available, let us work together to make our county the best it can be. Every election is determined by the people who show up. I ask for your continued support and your vote on Tuesday, March 5th, paid for by the candidate.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back here for the next couple of minutes. We've got Melissa Oakley, school board member and running for re-election, in the studio with us this morning. Real quick
Yes.
update on more. And
Swansboro last night, the Walmart was evacuated. I saw it on social media. Talked to Mike McHugh because he's the man to ask. He said, according to Swansboro Police Chief Dwayne Taylor, a note was found at the Swansboro Walmart last evening claiming there was a bomb on the property. Taylor said LEO was on scene until 1 a.m. this morning and no bomb was found. So you can go back shopping. So putting aside all this negative stuff, Melissa, what are you working on now?
Well, I just kind of put out a post it was a few days ago to get some parent feedback and constituent feedback overall. I have been looking at, what is the root of this bullying thing, right? I ran on anti-bullying and try to correct those issues. And what I've seen from being a board member for the last 3 years, the more and more we get into it, is, look, the school can address the issue by policy. And I know people feel like this should be like a completely uniform policy. It should be the same consequence all the time. Well, okay, the policy is applied the same way. But you have kids that, okay, this might be their first offense or their second offense or their third offense. So those things have to be issued discipline by that kind of thing. So that's one aspect. But what I've learned is that from being in our disciplinary appeals hearings is that sometimes, and I'm saying sometimes with emphasis for a reason, because it's not everyone, but it is a lot of parents. Sometimes you have parents that it's not my child. My child did not. And they will fight you tooth and nail about what you can literally look at on camera or have audio or whatever of, and no, my child did not. Well, okay. And sometimes even with those things, you may have where their child did not start it. The other child that's crying wolf, so to speak, did start it. And you have to have administrators to investigate all of those moving parts of those situations. But to say nothing is done, well, it's just not what you want done. And then sometimes those parents will say, not my child. So what I believe needs to happen is like some states that have legislation or have proposed legislation that require parent responsibility. So that means that the parents have to come in and they participate in that disciplinary action, and they're required to hold their children accountable. And it's sad that this is even a time that we're in this nation where you have to even think about, oh God, I need to advocate to my legislators for parents to parent. I've also been screaming parents need to parent again for several years now. And that is the truth in some cases. And don't get me wrong, we do have parents out there that are working tooth and nail for their children, for their families, and to do the best they can. And you have also those cases of ungovernable children as well. But the thing is, we need something that permits us to require those parents to participate in those disciplinary measures.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So any legislature you're working on right now?
Well, I won't work on legislation, but advocating for it.
Right.
That is where I'm at. I'm still reading and researching before I propose it to our legislators. But all the feedback was, yes, they believe that people should be parenting their children and helping in that process, and they should be aware of it. So that would also take care of that end of it too.
Well, let's just put it out there. It's not just you saying this. I've heard a lot of parents say that, and a lot of teachers say that.
Yep. It's teachers and
I
administrators.
think it's the
too.
world we live in now.
Yeah. And so otherwise on the things that I'm working on, it's just, still focusing on facilities needs. That's always been one of my babies. That's where I'm at. We have some very old schools that need upgrades and maintenance and expansions because with the size that they were built for, we no longer have that.
Right.
We no longer have that student population. For example, Dixon used to be one of the lower student populations and now is the largest. And thanks to staff who right now, I just want to give a kudo to this because I know we got to go. They have applied for a grant that could potentially lead to Dixon High being completely renovated and expanded to suit the needs at $90 million, I believe it was, no match to the county taxpayer.
Hey.
So, not raising your taxes, it's looking at how can we get our school facilities upgraded and the needs met and not cost the taxpayer any additional money.
Good.
That would be great.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Melissa, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So you're going to be working the polls.
Yes.
And if
yes.
people want to know more about you, just go to social media or you'll find out a lot you don't even know about her.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know about herself.
Yeah, and you feel free to reach out to me on my Melissa Oakley Board of Education member page on social media. I also have a website that is www.mo2024.com.
The number 4mo2024.com.
Yeah, and much of my original platform is there. I've not completed updating it yet because I've been busy still being
Was
a
that
board member.
www.
Yes, www.mo2024.com.
Got it.
Okay.
Should have asked you that first. I apologize.
There you go. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you so much, Rayford.
All right. Appreciate you coming in. Okay, we're going to take a break about 22 hours, and Kelly and Lee and I will be back in here tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, bright and early. It won't be real bright at the time, but it will be early, and we'll be having a good time one more time. And tomorrow we have
It's
Dr.
Healthcare Wednesday.
Yeah, we got healthcare, Dr. Rose, and also Peter Wright. And here talk about Medicare, Medicaid. And if you've got questions, make a note of them now, and then call us tomorrow morning when
Right,
he's in
right,
here. He'll be in
yes.
around 8.
I really enjoyed having Dr. Ambrose last week.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
All right.
good.
Meanwhile, right now, Fox News break, and then at 10 o'clock this morning, another dose of the Daily D's with Rick. And then at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Rick's going to hand it off to the man, the one, the only, Chris Hollywood, man, right here on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The mother of Russian anti-corruption activist Alexei Navalny